wanted a way that agents could hone their craft and be a part of a larger community, get the resources they need and information they need to know. We cover relevant topics in the industry that will help you close more sales. We talk to top producers and industry leaders to share knowledge and best practices from around the country. So if you want to make more sales, then listen up, because we're dropping gold.
See those little black boxes? They're called telephones. I'm gonna let you on a little secret about these telephones. They're not gonna dial themselves, okay? Without you, they're just worthless hunks of plastic. Like a loaded M16 without a trained Marine to pull the trigger. And in the case of the telephone, it's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers who will not take no for an answer, my fucking warriors, who will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking dies! Let me tell you something. There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time. Because at least as a rich man, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit and a $40,000 gold fucking watch. So you listen to me and you listen well. Are you behind on your credit card bills? Good, pick up the phone and start dialing. Is your landlord ready to evict you? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. Does your girlfriend think you're a fucking worthless loser? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich. All you have to do today is pick up that phone and speak the words that I have taught you. And I will make you richer than the most powerful CEO in the United States of fucking America.
All right, that is probably one of my favorite clips to get me jumped up and motivated, but I am so excited about the guest that I have on today. I have the Wolf of Wallstreet, baby, the founder of Elite FEX Brokers. This is an agency who last year wrote $3.3 million in premium. 540,000 of that premium was written by this man's own pen. I love how he says that. It was written by his own pen. And that's 2 years in a row that he's hit those numbers. You know, it's really amazing to actually be able to call this guy my friend. He is the man in command, the great Cesar Rodriguez. Man, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm really excited because this is going to be a no holds barred interview about a lot of awesome stuff, man. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for asking. And thanks for the intro, man. That intro's epic, dude. Always. I appreciate you.
So the reason that I played that clip in the beginning is because you actually worked at the office of the famous Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wallstreet at Stratton Oakmont. And
yes.
So for anyone who's actually seen that movie and seen how crazy the events that unfolded in there were, you know, there's a lot of reality to it, but there's also some of the stuff. One of the stories that I cracked up when I was talking with Cesar is that in the movie, some of the sales scripts that they use are the real sales scripts, and Cesar was able to actually mouth along with it when he was in the theater watching that. So that was hilarious. So a question everyone's going to ask Cesar: how true is that movie? Like, how true to life is that movie in terms of how wild things were?
You know what? Again, you know, I appreciate the time today, you know, for me to come on here with you, you know, and put this together. So thank you, brother, for everything you do. Not only for me, but for everyone in the life insurance and the Medicare community, man. You're an exceptional person. So I just want to get that out there. Thank you very much. But I mean, dude, when the movie came out, actually, I'll share something with you. A good friend of mine, he just passed away maybe about a year ago, Derek Germanis. He was also a broker at Stratton. So he sends me a text message when they're making the movie. He's like, "Yo, see, they're about to come out with a movie, about Jordan and stuff like that, and it's gonna be epic times." And we got a kick out of it, man. And literally when the movie came out, so I knew about 2 years before
Oh,
it
wow.
came out. Yeah, I
Okay.
knew, because he was connected with Jordan more than I was. I worked with Jordan's top producers, Todd Roman, Ricky Sittimer. Those were the top guys there. Beside Daniel Porridge, which is his partner. But when I was told, I said, okay, so when we're at the movie theater, I'm reciting the whole thing, like the playback and the rebuttal. There was a couple of guys right next to me saying, "Hey man, how the hell you know this stuff?" And I said, "I used to work there. I used to work there, man. So I know everything that went down, and it was epic times. We used to call it Broker Disneyland, man. It was crazy. That's to say the least. So again, man, it's a time in my life that I cherish, to be honest with you, because one thing that I've known about people in life, man, everyone likes to take shots at people, and they don't know the story behind it. They don't know the story. They don't know the reasons. They haven't been in the trenches, with folks like that. And he went through a lot and stuff like that. But to answer your question, maybe like 30% of what was in the movie was true, about a little bit. I would say there was a lot of overblown parts,
Yeah.
just to sell the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. But the boat stuff happened. That happened. That actually happened, in a warm summer day. I remember that day. There was like 1,500. There were like 1,500 people there. There was a lot of situations inside the boardroom. A lot of things. The haircut stuff, that was all true. The throwing the midget, that was all true. So it was crazy. It was crazy to say the least, man. But yeah, that's not everything on the movie was true.
But at the
Not
same
everything.
time, there was some pretty graphic stuff that actually did happen in the office, right?
Yeah, but I think a lot of it was overblown. There was a lot of, like anything in Wall Street those days, man, it was like the Wild Wild West. There was really no regulations to these things. So, a lot of these guys were coming in there, just get on the phone, slinging stock all day and penny stocks on the phone. Back then it was traded through the pink sheets.
Yeah.
The penny stocks weren't regulated. I think to this day they still are, through pink sheets they are, but it wasn't. It was just crazy, man. There was a lot of contests going on, and a lot of, women. I would say, how you say that, with women and brokers dating each other just to be nice. I don't want to get crazy with you, but it was crazy, man.
Just to be nice. So yeah, I think, if you guys ever get a chance to meet up with Cesar anywhere, yeah, he can go more in depth on the stories, because yeah, there is some crazy stuff that popped off in those days. But that's always the question people ask, like, man, was it really that crazy? Now, 8% Nation is going to be coming up here soon. I'm not sure where it's getting relocated to, but Jordan Belfort's actually going to be one of the key speakers there, the keynote speaker. And so, it's definitely, he's, since getting out of prison, I mean, he's obviously made his rise again to fame and selling sales trainings and all that good stuff. Do you subscribe to any content, or do you ever keep up with what he's doing?
I don't, because I'm so busy consuming what I'm doing, but I can tell you this, man, a lot that I've learned in my career was from there. If you made it there, you make it anywhere. In sales. I mean, the top salespeople come from that agency, from that firm, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, Stratton, back in Lake Success, man, we had a good time. It was crazy, man. You have to prove yourself. I mean, they'll kick you out in the middle of the trading day, if you weren't working. This place was for real wolves and guys that want to win and that want to succeed. This is not a place where you went, if you were going to half-ass it.
Yeah.
You had to really earn your stripes there. And, I learned a lot from there. More importantly, my work ethic, and how to work and be relentless and stay with it, and believe in yourself. And despite what other people are going to, there's always going to be people in any industry that always has some negative connotations to say about people that are succeeding.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You'll always have haters when you succeed.
Right. And it comes with the territory. and oh, that guy's this, that guy's that, but at the end of the day, as long as you stay grounded, you stay working the process, and you stay relentless, man, you're going to win despite of what anyone says.
Yeah, and that's
You know?
really, I guess, back then, the whole, the adage that they say, work hard, play hard, that was definitely true, that it wasn't just all play. There was a lot of hard work involved to be able to get to those levels of success and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Well, if you ever get to talk to him and Cody, I'm pretty sure with the 8% Nation, and you guys get to talk to him, ask him, he'll tell you. He said, we didn't accept anyone here that wasn't ready to work. I mean, they fired, the turnover there was astronomical.
Yeah.
I mean, they fired and hired and gunned guys all day long because guys came in and they just wanted a half-ass it. Everyone wants to dream, but no one wants to put in the work.
That's the
okay.
damn truth.
And then here's another problem that I have, right? And especially in this industry, because I'm experiencing it now. I had someone call me that they say, hey man, how you get so successful, you don't work with a big IMO, you got your own shop, you guys do your own thing, what it is that sets you apart, why you guys are winning this way. And I tell them one thing. I said, because we stay working, we're relentless, and we follow a system that's designed to work. We don't follow the masses. We don't believe in the gossip. We don't fall into this whole line that you have to be with a big IMO to win. Okay. Now, just for the record, we broker through One Life America. We have some direct relationships with some insurance partners of ours, but, for the most part, we broker through One Life America. So yes, we do business through an IMO, but for the most part, we built everything alone.
Yeah.
And I believe in the concept of building something and sustaining it long term, just winning and staying grounded. And one thing that I don't like about this industry is that they see where you are. Everyone wants to get where you are, but no one wants to put the work required. No one sees the in between ground zero and success. You see what I mean? Everyone sees the houses. I see you live very well, but you worked hard.
Yeah.
You worked hard. So everyone sees the houses, they see the nice cars, they see the jewelry, they see the watches, they see all of that. But no one wants to recognize the work that it takes to get to that point. And we're talking sustainable, consistent work. Not we're going to work for 10 days and we're going to write 20,000 in AP and we're going to coast, right? Because I tell my guys, look, the key to my success is this. I act as if I'm broke every single day. Despite of the success that I have, I don't think about anything in my bank account. And I say, you know what? I got to go earn my keep today. My children have to eat. My children have to eat. The bills got to get paid. The mortgages got to get paid. The car notes got to get paid. So every day I act as if I'm on zero. And I just keep writing and I keep writing and I keep writing and I keep writing. And I'm an old dog, man.
Yeah.
I'm in my early 40s. I'm an old dog. I'm not like one of these kids that's 23, 24 years old that don't have kids that can spend 12 or 13 hours a day in the field. But we have a system that's designed for you to win in a short period of time without having to expose yourself and beat yourself up in the field as much. So what we did was we grinded it out for 3 or 4 years. I've only been in this industry, and I say this very humbly, Eric.
Yeah.
I've only been in this industry 4 years. November, 2 days after Thanksgiving, this year will be 5. And I've placed over $1.4 million in analyzed premium placed. I've written over $2 million, in analyzed premium. Final expense premium on my own pen in my first 4.5 years. And I'm very proud of that.
Absolutely.
There were a lot of time spent on the road, being away from my kids, being away from my family, having to do the FaceTime stuff with the kids because I was out there laying the groundwork for what we have today.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't let nothing bother me. But I challenge anyone, hey, everyone can talk. I say, okay, if you guys want to talk all you want. I'll let you guys do the talking, we'll do the producing. So at the end of the day, we're small, but we're winning with less because we have a system and it works, brother.
Yeah, that's it. And there's that consistency. One of the things that I've been recently talking with my team about is that we're disciplined. And I think any successful person and any successful agent, they view discipline not in the fashion that most people do, which is they think, well, I just got to will myself to do something. The true word of discipline is that you're following a system, realizing that if that system isn't followed, there will be a consequence. And you laid it out perfectly because you spit it out by saying that every day you wake up thinking you're broke, and that's and that if you don't go out there and hustle and work, then you ain't going to be able to pay your bills, take care of your family. That's the consequence of not working. And for the majority of the agents out there, they don't see it that way, right? They a lot of them want to jump into being an independent agent because they want freedom. They want to be able to say, hey, I want to work the hours I want to work. I want to do this. I want to do that on my time. But the reality is, more than often than not, you have to, especially in the beginning, work harder, more consistently. And you have to have that mindset of, if I don't do this, there will be a consequence. Even if there's not one, you still have to tell yourself there is a consequence to not performing every day.
No, right. That's correct. And that's one thing we don't accept here, because I feel like if you're going to provide lackluster work ethic, then you need to go get a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that if you work a 9-to-5 job, they're going to accept you being lackluster. Right? but what I'm saying is, sales is not for people that are weak, that are lazy, and that make excuses. Simply put.
Yeah.
You have to have a message, right? What drives me every day is the level of expectation that I have of myself. And I'll tell you what that is. Despite of what anyone may say about me, he's a New Yorker, he's abrasive, he has tattoos, he's different, he wears Rolexes, and who gives a shit? So can I curse? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Right? Because you think the insurance companies don't want to do business with me because I'm abrasive and I have tattoos? They don't care about that. They care about the numbers, man. Okay, numbers don't lie, right?
Yep.
I don't have direct relationships because I have green eyes and I'm some guy from New York. That means nothing, right? I have direct relationships because I've earned them.
That's
and
it.
I want to make that very clear, and at the end of the day, we continue to work that way, man. And we continue to understand that in here, if you want to work with us, you're going to work. We are independent. We're not captive. We have a product that we love over others, but at the end of the day, it's because we know that product. We have great relationships with that company, and we know how to sell that product. We know how to position it. To me, it's the best product in the marketplace. We're not discussing products, right? Unless you bring it up, but it's part of what I'm telling you now, right? That at the end of the day, man, I am who I am. I am who I am. I'm not going to be this kid that came from Harvard, and I'm eloquent when I have to be. I can have conversations with, in a boardroom with accredited individuals and or whatnot. But at the end of the day, I think people ultimately respect genuine.
Absolutely.
And that's something, Eric, that unfortunately is lacking in this industry.
Absolutely.
And I think that we need to stress that. We need to stress on how to be genuine and how to be real. Everyone wants to roll with the masses, oh, I got this guys behind me. These guys are the best. They're doing this different. They're doing that different. Man, I'll tell you one thing right now. A lot of people walked into a lot of money and started building things because they have money. But it takes a real man to build something from the ground up with nothing.
Yeah.
That's what it takes, man. It takes someone with a message, with a purpose. And I can tell you something, that we work different here, and at the end of the day, that's why we don't have agents leaving us. We don't have a lot of agents, but the agents we have don't leave us.
And they do
because
good.
we
They
provide
do well.
and we follow through. They do well, man. They do well. I have 4 producers doing about over through 250,000 outside of me. Okay, and then we have a couple of that do 20, 10, 15 here and there. So we're doing okay.
Yeah.
But now we're really gonna explode. I'll tell you that right now. We're really gonna explode, especially with the Medicare. I'm excited about that. Working with you, with Brandon Clay, with Heartland Financial. We're excited about those relationships, but more importantly now, I'm putting my money. I'm investing my money into growing. I'm liquid, so I'm fine financially. We're going to be putting our money into sustainable growth and long-term growth. And I'm not competing against anyone. Compete against me. So at the end.
That's mindset to have right there, that you're competing.
That's it.
I think,
so we're excited.
I think if more agents would just look at it that way, and it's easy to say that you're just competing with yourself, but if you're still envious of others and you're looking at them not with pride or not with being happy for them, but instead you're envious and you're like, man, I hate that he's successful. I want to be that successful. What's he doing that I can't do? I mean, that's poison. So at the end of the day, the most important thing you could do is just understand you have no competition. Just compete with yourself. And at the end of the day, if you can keep that mindset, then you will be successful when you keep grinding, follow a good system, have a great mentor. All the things that I teach in the university, and then all the things that I've noticed successful people also do, like yourself.
Appreciate that. And this is $1 trillion plus business, man. And the biggest thing that I've learned in this business, man, there's a lot of backstabbers. There's a lot of backstabbers and people that want to take advantage of people. I don't understand why, man. There's so much money to go around.
Yep.
If people just apply the simple concepts of being real and leading from the front, right? And say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take care of my guys. Why get greedy? I understand that. People get in trouble because they're greedy. Man, just calm down. There's a lot of money for everyone to break bread from. Yeah. So if you break bread and you do what's right by your agents, you're going to keep them. And as a result, you're going to grow because now they're loyal to you. They're not going to go anywhere and say, you know what, I'm going to go for my guy. My guy doesn't fail me. No matter what, he's going to be there, and at the end of the day, he's going to do what he says, and I think that's something that's lacking in this business, among other things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people who will be nice to your face, but then talk behind your back, and it's poisonous. Again, there's definitely, if you have the right mentality, the abundance mentality, that there's plenty out there for everyone, and you don't need to be greedy. You don't need to try to get it all because there's plenty for everyone. So I think that you're on the right page with that, and I think that the more that you can focus on just looking straight ahead, then the more successful you're going to be, just like Cesar is, Cesar and his team. So right now, what are your plans moving forward with your agency growth? Like how are you looking to grow, and what are you looking for in an agent that wants to consider joining with your team?
Well, look, man, just so you know, again, it doesn't take a big name for you to be able to improvise and change and adapt to certain situations, right? Mm-hmm. So we all know we're going through this pandemic, right? And everyone, had to adapt because, at the end of the day, it took away the power of us being able to provide what we provide, the value in protecting and serving the people on an everyday basis, face to face, right?
Yep.
So now we have to adapt. You've been a big part of helping me with that. Excuse me, with the telesales.
Yeah.
But we're doing between, I would say $7,000 to $12,000 a day in telesales.
Damn.
Right. When we're small, yeah. 7 to 12,000, and I use those averages because the numbers fall in line in between 10 and 11. So it's more like 10,000 a day that we're doing in telesales.
That's awesome.
We still have guys out on the field. Yeah. Okay. So to answer your question is, telesales is going to be a big component of what we do moving forward, even when the pandemic ends, mm-hmm. If it ever ends, right? Yeah. But we adapted quick, man. We adapted quick. You helped us, we got sources and we started taking in live transfers. We held trainings with Jack Heller and Prosperity. We held trainings to ensure that everyone understands how to position the sale, how to bring it in, how to walk it through the sales process. Okay. And we're winning, man. And we're winning. And I'm excited, so right now I'm investing about $150,000 to $200,000 of my own money, okay, into the growth and scaling of the agency. Okay. We're about to really, put the tires to work on this thing. Yeah. So if an agent's look, I'll tell you what, the name's not sexy. We're new, but man, as an agency, we've been around for 18 months and we over 5 million in those 18 months. It's not bad, man.
That's freaking amazing.
It's not bad, right? It's not bad. So if an agent's looking for a place where they can park their head down and work and not have to watch over their shoulders, and they're going to get what we're telling them they're going to get, and we're going to help them, and we're going to provide the training and the tools and the resources for them to get to where they need to be. This is the place to be, man. This is the place to be. And we're backed up. We have backing. We're not alone. So it's like, well, they don't have anyone significant behind. Oh, yes, we do. We have One Life America.
Yep.
Right. You see what I mean? So, we're partnered with the right people and we have the right relationships, and our time is here. And I'll tell you this, and our time is now. And we're going to execute come hell or high water. It doesn't matter who likes it or who doesn't like it. I don't give a shit. We're going to shove it down their throat. We're going to be out there. We're going to do what we have to do, man. And at the end of the day, we're going to win. Ultimately, we would like to partner up and make sure we have allies and we have counterparts that resonate with what we want to do, like you, and you and I are very close. And I think I've earned your trust and you've earned mine, and, throughout a series of communications. At the end of the day, Eric, it all boils down to being genuine and being real, right? Yeah. And we don't do the cookie cutter shit, okay? And we don't care who likes what we do. At the end of the day, we know what we're doing is working for us. And to me, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. I mean, if you could produce results, that's what matters, results. So I think that, I'm super excited to see your trajectory. I mean, obviously when I first met you and I heard your story and I heard the kind of production you were doing, already I'm just like, man, this is a guy to watch right here. This is a guy to watch. And this is a guy that I want to be close friends with, because it's just, to me, it's always amazing. It's like I've always told people that I love surrounding myself with exceptional people who I will rejoice in their wins, and only because I hope they will also rejoice in mine. And that's the kind of people you are. And I love seeing this upward trajectory you're having, especially now too that you're joining with One Life, to see it just take off even faster. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I love the work ethic. I think that if more people, here's the reality. I think if somebody were to say anything about how, you're abrasive or you're aggressive or whatever, I think everybody wants to be like that. They're just too afraid to show it, and you're not. So I think it's inside of everybody.
Man, you're talking to a guy, you know my story. I slept in the number one train in New York City when the crime rate in New York was the highest it's ever been in the 90s. Okay?
Yeah.
Slept in the number one train for 2 weeks. I was asking strangers for money because I had to survive. I was homeless for a period of time. Okay? I use my life experiences as motivation for me to get better. I understand the process to greatness. The process to greatness requires a relentless effort, with no excuses. Okay? To me, it's greatness or nothing. When I die, I want my children to say, hey, you know what? Dad left it all out on the field. He made no excuses. He made no excuses. And that's how I live my life. I make no excuses. If I failed at something, I tried my ass off. You better believe it. I didn't fail because I didn't try. I didn't fail because I said, hey, I want to go ahead and get an extra 10 minutes of sleep, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go sit with someone and watch a movie while I should be working and protecting people. I take this career very seriously. This is my bread and butter. But I'll tell you something right now. People better watch out. We're coming. And we're coming very hard, man. We're coming very hard. We're releasing Rodriguez agencies, okay? That's going to be our counterpart, our second arm to do Medicare Advantage, okay? With mortgage protection, annuities, and IULs. We're not going to mix it with final expense. Elites for final expense always. Okay, so we're growing there, okay? I have, and I didn't want to say this, but I'm going to say that, so you can know. I have a couple of investors, friend of mine out of Newport Beach, California, that I had when I was on Wall Street that want to put $3 or $4 million into this operation, okay, and come in so we can grow. So we have capital. We have capital, right? We have the relationships with the insurance companies. We have everything we need to, everything we need to have to grow. And I'm telling you something right now, it's going to be a full court press, my man. We're coming hard.
I'm excited, man. And I'm excited that I get to in any little small way, be a part of, the success that you're about to really skyrocket into. It's super fun to see somebody like yourself with your story. And this is a story that I think anybody can experience. This is a success that anybody who's willing to put in that work and really follow the systems. But tell me, if you don't mind, how much value do you place on relationships? Because being in this business as long as I have, the successes that I've seen, I'm not the kind of guy I'm not gonna say, hey, I was self-made, because I believe that God has blessed me with allowing me to know people, to build relationships with people who can help me with my success that I've found. So I place a large amount of value on relationships. I think relationship is the currency, of this business. So where do you stand in terms of relationship? Like, how much do you value relationship in this business?
Man, that's a great question. I mean, to me, relationships is the premier thing. I mean, without relationships, we have nothing. I wouldn't have a shop. I'd be a one-man army. And I could feed my family just with this right here all day long. But that's not what I'm in this for. We're here to impact lives. And when you're impacting lives and you're changing lives, relationships are pivotal, and they play an integral part for that growth. Okay. So we value relationships more than anything, because one thing I tell my agents, and it sickens me, man. Okay. There's a lot of people in this industry that talk a lot of shit. right? But and they're sitting behind a computer, you know, eating pizza and eating donuts all day long because they're backed up with money. Okay, so they're telling guys, go work, go write $10,000 this week, go do this. They're not willing to do it themselves, man.
Yeah.
Those are cowards to me. Okay, so the relationships that we cultivate and we, you know, and we inject with bonds and we grow with is because we're following through on everything we're promising to our people. That's the bottom line. You will never talk to one of my agents that says Cesar lied to me. Cesar said this, Cesar said that. Okay, under promise, over deliver. But I'll tell you something that I will say. You have to come in here with a level of expectation to work. Nothing else. Okay, we work and that's it. You know, so the relationship is part of that because we let it out from the front. Say, hey, you understand this is how it's gonna be. If you can't deal with that, then we won't work for you. But at least you'll respect me enough that I didn't lie to you from the beginning.
Right.
You know, so the relationship is pivotal, man. It's pivotal. And I'm happy and I'm blessed that God has given me the ability to keep my word with my people.
Yep.
And as a result, my people are keeping their word with me. And we're growing together, brother, because I can't do this by myself. And, you know, I've asked you for help. You know, I asked a lot of people, you know, I always talk to Jack and he gives me advice. At the end of the day, it's about making sure that you follow through on those, you know, advices and what people are telling you. And I believe that we're doing a pretty good job of that. So to answer your questions, the relationship part is the pivotal part. I think it's the main ingredient in why we're being successful. And we're cultivating very strong bonds, man, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, and I think that another thing I picked up out of what you just said is that another very important aspect there is integrity, you know, to follow through with what you say. So if you make a promise that you deliver, and even like you said, under promise, over deliver, but there's integrity in that because that way people know that if you say something, you'll come through on it, that you'll do everything in your power. And if anything were to go wrong, it won't be because of a lack of effort. You know, sometimes there's just things that go against us. There's, you know, issues that happen that are beyond our control. But at the end of the day, if the people we're accountable to understand that we have done everything in our power, that integrity, then that's how your name gets known as someone to work with because they know
Right.
that you've done everything.
And if you don't mind me adding to that, you know, we don't, and I know this is not a recruiting video and stuff like that, but we don't, right? So one thing we don't do, right, you know, one thing we don't do, Eric, is don't be afraid to come work here because, you know, you see all this stuff and, you know, and all this stuff. At the end of the day, that means nothing, okay? Because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of agents out there that have been taking advantage of the, you know, blue collar guy and no tattoos and whatever the case may be, and, you know, and has this persona that people feel would be, oh, well, he should be a high integrity. Look at him. He comports himself in such a, you know, classy way, but behind closed doors, there's no class at all. Okay, so I'd rather let people know, look, I am who I am. This is me. And I do me and I chill, right? I do what I have to do to provide for my family. Okay, and what I can tell you is that we work with a high level of integrity. Okay, we want to build relationships. We want to help people grow, and we have a system that's second to none. And I hate to say this, pound for pound, we will destroy anyone selling. We have a system that's designed to win. If you give me 50 agents, we have a $10 million shop with the way that we know how to work.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing 4 million. We're tracking 4.5 million this year, and we're doing it with 27 writing agents.
Yeah.
27 writing agents. Now, my agents work. So those 27 guys are producers. We have other agents in the agency that are not working, and we kick them out, right? Because they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
What I'll tell you is that, you know, don't let the facade, you know, the persona deter you from inquiring about what it takes to work here. We have the contracts. We have the relationships. We have other people that are willing to help us, such as you, okay? And we have a lot of great things happening. And I'll tell you something right now. When it's all said and done, I like to think we'll be close to 20, 25 million in the next 5 years because we're going to work, and we're going to work relentless, and we're not going to stop, man. And we're going to make sure that we do what we have to do to get there. Come hell or high water, we're going to do what we have to do. You know, my agents have witnessed me work with 103-degree fevers. We went to Chicago. Listen to the story.
Wait, are you saying you had the COVID?
Hey, man, I probably had the freaking COVID before it even came out. I'm not even gonna lie. We went to Chicago. I got 103-degree fever. I'm coughing my lungs out. Literally, this was back in like right before like in November.
Yeah.
Like November of last year, like literally like 6 months ago. We went to Chi-Town and I'm dying. 103-degree fever. I couldn't get up from my bed. I looked at one of my guys and my other guy said, let's go downstairs to the gym and let's go put a workout in. They said, dude, you're dying. What the hell are you doing? I'm like, let's just go work out. We put in a workout, just a little bit of cardio, and we went and we worked. That week, we wrote $19,000 in premium. I did $15,000 of it.
Yeah.
Sick. Two of my clients said, hey, why are you over here trying to protect my life when you're here sick and you need to be in bed? Maybe I need to be protecting you. So it was crazy. And I'll tell you this, we make no excuses. And I think that when you want something bad, Eric, when you really are passionate about something, and I love this business, and I'm going to say this publicly, I love it more than I did at Wall Street, man. And I think people need to hear that, I think people need to hear that. Let me explain why, man. I was a top producer, on Wall Street, lived a magnificent life coming up in New York City as a 20-year-old. You can imagine what the money I was making, partying and all this other crazy stuff. But the component of helping people, the component of protecting people, the component of seeing those folks that say, hey, Cesar, can I take a picture with you? I have over 600-700 pictures with my clients and on my phone, just because they want to take pictures after I protect them.
Yeah.
To me, that is priceless. It means it is more gratifying to me than the money that I'm making, because the money is a byproduct.
Yep.
Right. But when you're providing and you're helping folks and you're helping families and you have this bond and you see the look on their face, I've heard a lot of times, Eric, another agent never took their time out to explain this like this. They didn't do this like this. They didn't do this like this. I said, well, I'm not another agent. I'm Cesar Rodriguez,
Yeah.
And they love that. That's why I love the process. I love this industry better. This is a great industry to be in. Don't listen to the negative Nancy's. Don't listen to the bullshit BS that's out there. Everyone has a story. Everyone has some type of, negative projections to make about people and about the industry. No, the reason they're not winning and the reason that they're losing is because of themselves. It's not the industry, it's themselves. So when people start holding themselves accountable, when they look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? Damn, man, I need to change, right? That's the day that things start to change, right? But you can't, step on someone because things that went south for you when you start, talking bad about everyone else. I don't agree with that. And that's why I don't have many friends. I can tell you that you are one of like 6 friends I have, personal friends that I have, and I'm going to keep it that way. At the end of the day, we're not here to make friends. Friends come as a byproduct of the relationship built over a series of time.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here to win. We're here to produce and we're here to protect people. And at the end of the day, that's what we do best.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, man. You guys are beasts in the marketplace. And I think that now, if anyone who's watching this interview, just keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them. You post frequently on Facebook too. So if you see him on Facebook, he's always posting some amazing things. Be elite is always a hashtag he's throwing out there. I love it. It's
be elite, baby.
I love it. I love the phrase, man. Be elite. Be elite, baby. So yeah, but keep an eye out, man, because this is someone to watch. This is someone to watch who he puts his money where his mouth is. That's definitely something that that I think is that's part of the integrity of something is to say like, hey, man, we practice what we preach.
We do, man. We do it, and again, man, and this is a goal that I have. My goal is to be the largest Hispanic-owned firm in the country within 3 to 5 years. And I'm talking about all trenches. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I promise you that.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. We will be the largest Latino distributor in the country. This agency is owned by me. And I have a couple of partners, they're also Latino. At the end of the day, we're going to make this work, man. We're excited. We love this business. We love guys like you. We love Brandon Clegg. We've cultivated so many great relationships. Mike Pasaglia, Eric Cesar, Jack Curler, I love you. I got to take this time to tell my people because at the end of the day, they know how I feel about that. Yeah. And look, these are relationships that I have. And at the end of the day, I cherish them, man. And I'm going to continue to nourish them, okay? And we're going to grow over a series of time. But if you want to join an agency that speaks, and backs up what they say and is going to teach you how to do this the right way, is going to make sure that you're taking care of your family the right way, and it's never going to take care of you, give us a call, man. If we're fit, we're fit. If not, we're not. But at the end of the day, you're going to be satisfied in knowing that we're always going to speak the truth and we're always going to be genuine.
That's awesome. You have another big thing is your wife is sold out to this as well, right? She loves the business, and doesn't she? Does she do her own? She does some selling on her own too.
Man, she's a beast. Part time, she did like 80,000 last year. Just on the phone.
That's dope.
And she's a beast with her own right. Yeah, and I tell people, I say, you know what, she's a perfect fit for me because she's tough. She's from Chicago, man. She's from Chicago, and the Chicago females are a little tough, and just like New York girls, but she's tough, man, and and that's what I need. I need someone that can keep me grounded, and she makes no excuses, man. She'll pick up the phone. I seen her close someone the other day. No lie. I walked in the house, right, and she's cooking. So I said, okay. All of a sudden, I went to wash my hands and stuff. Came back, and she's on the phone with somebody. Oh, someone just called me, a lead that I called earlier. I'm closing it. So she's stirring the pot while she has to. This thing was, you have to see this. It was epic. Hey, close the person for 750 AP, right?
Awesome.
At the end of the day, it's like, how does she does it, man? I just think it's because she knows we're no excuse team.
Yeah.
And whatever it takes, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're doing everything with integrity and you mean well, brother, you're going to win, man.
And your wife is, she's Salvadorian, you said, right?
She's Salvadorian and Irish. She's got this crazy mix, man. And I think that's why she busts my balls all the time,
You guys, so being that I'm also half Salvadorian, half Mexican, you guys have experienced Salvadorian cuisine quite a bit, pupusas?
Man, we just ate some the other day. Pupusas are the best. I like the pork ones.
Yeah.
And the cheese ones are excellent, dude.
Yeah.
There's a spot over here in San Antonio that they do it very good.
Yeah.
But not like the ones in Chicago were much better. But, yeah.
Are you biased? Are you biased, man?
Salvadorian cuisine is awesome. And if you like a little bit of advice, I don't know if you ever tried Peruvian cuisine, man, but on point, brother.
Yeah. All right, man.
They got this dish called lomo saltado. It has, we're talking about food now, right? It's like fries with onions and rice, man, and it's chopped with steak chopped up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's cilantro, a little bit of garlic and stuff. Excellent, my man.
Oh
hey, listen, I'm 6'2", 265 pounds, man. I eat, dude. I don't. there's no sugarcoat in that, man. I like to eat, so whatever it is, what it is at this point.
You're getting me hungry, bro. I'm freaking getting hungry right now. I'm about to go see if I can get some pupusas somewhere. That's dope. Man. But that's great, man. That's one of the big things that if you get when your family's involved in it too. I mean, that just makes it so much more epic. But I know your wife, she does a lot of selling over the phone, and you started doing selling over the phone. What are some pros you've gotten out of that? Because there's a lot of people, and I want you to give maybe some encouragement, because a lot of face-to-face only agents have been joining the university, face-to-face final expense only agents, face-to-face Medicare only agents, and they're worried that they won't be able to make the transition. Now, I've had, story after story after story after story now coming out of the university of people who successfully have made that transition, and they're letting everyone know like it's possible. But what are some words of encouragement? Because you're the same way. You're a face-to-face guy doing life the entire time you're doing life. It was face-to-face, but you made this transition and you're seeing success there.
Yeah. One of the biggest, I would say the biggest components is, I'm not gonna coach anyone on how to sell. That's something we do privately, right? You and me, right. But I'm not gonna discuss the sales process, but we have a system. So what we did is we condensed a lot of the presentation, and we just get right down to the semantics of guiding the client into the sale. And as long as you have control of the phone call, as long as you have phone control and and you're asking the right questions, and you always want to keep the client saying yes. So make sure that you ask certain questions that are going to say yes to. That's the most I'm going to give. Okay.
Okay, that's good too.
Right. As long as you asking questions that they're always going to say yes to, it's conditioning them to say yes when it comes down to the close. Now, obviously, every sale, there's a sale being made. This is how I approach it. There's a sale being made on the phone every single time. Either they're selling you on the bullshit where they're not buying, or you're selling them on what they need to be buying, what you're selling. Gotcha. Okay. Bottom line. Okay. It's either you get closed or they get closed. Who's going to close who? I'll tell you what, we're going to close them. Right. We're going to close them, and at the end of the day, I'll tell you, the biggest thing that I've seen people fail over the phone, and the hardest thing, and I'll say this very humbly, Eric, please, and don't take this the wrong way. You're my brother. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. it's not that hard to sell insurance. It really isn't.
I mean, I agree with you.
Okay, it's very hard to sell stock over the phone.
I can
right?
believe that.
Okay, let me explain the process. Imagine picking up the phone and cold calling 500 lead cards per day, and having to ask, John Doe out in, Iowa to give you his social security and send you a check to pay for a $25,000 trade. And he's never talked to you or met you in his life.
Yeah.
And we did that like this. Okay. This was when we were selling equities. When we were doing private placements and capital raises, man, there were some of us $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 wired the next day over the phone without meeting us. It takes
That's
a special
crazy.
skill set to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm telling you guys is the biggest thing that I've noticed that people fail on the phone back from those days and back on these days, and now to these days, is phone fright. Everyone can do this. It's just your level of commitment, and you can't be afraid. What's the worst they're gonna say? No, I'm not ready. I'm not this. I'm not that. And I hate one more thing. I gotta say it, Eric. I gotta say it.
Say it, buddy. Say it.
I hate the agents. I hate the agents, man. I hate the agents that say this lead sucks.
Oh!
These leads are no good. Okay.
I can't let you go now. I can't let you go now. We got to go down this path.
Right. Yo, so these leads suck. These leads are horrible. This guy, this guy wasn't buying. He was shopping. I hate it. I hate it. Well, he's shopping for quotes. Okay. Well, shit. If you give me a guy that's gonna be shopping for a quote, I'm gonna close that guy because that's a buy signal. If the guy wants to quote because he needs to be taken down. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? Guys, there's no lead that's horrible. As long as the person has a pulse, it's a lead. Right? It's your job as an agent to convert the lead to a sale. Bottom line. Let's leave all the bullshit behind, okay? No one lead is better than the other or whatever the case. Some leads might have a little bit more information than others, and it makes them a little bit more easy to gather before the close. But if you are a proficient agent and you're doing your job effectively and you're talking to your client, even if that information wasn't on that lead, it is your job to extract it. Once you extract it, then you go ahead and provide the value, you ask for the commitment, and you close. You see what I'm saying?
Love it.
A lot of these guys make too many excuses. Oh, these leads are horrible. These leads are this. Bullshit. And I just needed to get that out there, man.
That's absolutely right, man. I think it's not said enough. And I think that it's definitely easy to lean on that as an excuse to really just say, you know what, these leads sucked. These leads sucked, and that's why I wasn't closing. At the end of the day, if there's nobody actually looking at you to hold you accountable, to listen to your phone calls, I mean, you have to actually really look at yourself and say, maybe it's me. Maybe there's things that I still need to improve in my sales process, so that I can get better, so that I can close leads that I get on the phone. I mean, at the end of the day, no one's going to close 100%, but I guarantee you that if you have a different mindset going into these phone calls, like Cesar just said, you'll be closing more business. But a lot of people want to default because it's discouraging when someone says no to you. They want to default to just blaming the leads, right?
And it's all and it's all mindset, man. It's how do you condition yourself how do you prepare yourself before the battle? If I'm a big book reader, man. I try to read at least one book per month.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't get to finish them because of the work, and but it's a goal that I have. And Sun Tzu, Art of War. Every battle, is fought before it's ever won. It's won before it's ever fought. Every battle is won before it's ever fought. What does he mean by that? Well, if you're mentally prepared for the battle, you're won already. You can't expect to go to the trenches, right? You can't expect to go to the trenches and be half-assed in it because you're gonna get shot. You dead. Right or wrong?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You gotta be prepared. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, hey, you got to be prepared, so the battle is won before it's ever fought. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the phone. So, whatever, if you had to go do your fasted cardio or eat your breakfast and shower up, put on some clothes, so, project the image that you want to win. right? You don't have to get dressed up to get on the phone, but just work clean, man. Make sure your space is clean. Make sure everything around you is locked in. Close your door, lock in, and engage in the moment. Once you do that, you start seizing the moment and you start seizing the opportunity. You're gonna make sales. You're gonna make sales.
That's it.
Okay, you know how many times people told me on the phone over the past couple of months? Last week, I closed 7 deals out of 8 transfers. 7 out of 8.
Wow.
Okay, and you know what? What like 2 times they told me, "We love your energy, man. We love your energy." Like people on the phone, these are 70-year-old people. We love your energy. We love your energy. We love how you care. We could tell you love your job. You love what you do, and we want to work with you because if you love what you do, we need to work with you.
That's it. And I think that a lot of people will say, listen, I tried doing that high energy stuff, but it's hard. It's really, it takes a lot of, energy itself to be energetic on the phone, but dude, that's what's required. That's what's needed.
That's it. Look, I'll tell you, because we're talking about energy. When I left Chicago, because remember, Chicago and New York City, they're very comparable in terms of market size and, the way the city is and, the fast pace, if you will.
Yep.
When I left Chicago, I was told this by one person in this industry that I'm not going to name, but he ate his words, man, big time. You know what he told me? He said, "You're going to have a hard time in Texas when you get there."
Why?
Down here, man. He said, because you have a New York accent and you're very aggressive, and Texans don't like people like that. They're very laid back. They're country people and all this BS. Dude, I've had more success in Texas than anywhere in the world. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people here love me. When I met you, we kicked it off right from the beginning. When I met Brandon Clay, we kicked it off right from the beginning. When I met Jack Heller, Jack told me, he said, "I love your energy. I love your energy." Jack's my guy. I love him. I love Jack. Happy birthday to Jack, too. Today's Jack's birthday. So, man, it's like people want to work with people that are happy, man. People want to work with people that want to win. Right? No one wants to work with losers, people that are just always sorrowing and making excuses. And, "Oh, my wife told me I can't work today," or, "This person just ruined my day." Man, get the hell out of here with that. At the end of the day, Eric, I believe that people just need to project what they want. If you want to win, project being a winner.
That's it.
Right? Let your people know, listen, I'm here to protect your life. I'm going to make sure that I put you in the right plan. I'm going to go coast to coast and ensure that you understand what we're doing. I'm going to pull you in with the insurance company. We're going to ask you the health questions again, and we're going to get you signed up, and we're going to get you protected today. So when you go to sleep tonight, you have no worries. God forbid something happens. At least you took care of something. Okay? And the financial burden to your kids are all gone.
Oh, my God. Where do I sign?
You made the right step.
Where do I sign?
Right. You made the right step. Now,
it.
oh yeah, this and that. Well, Mrs. Jones, you do understand that, we blow $40, $50 a month on nothing. Am I right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Well, don't you want to take the time out to protect your family today, to ensure that they don't have a burden? It only takes a $40 to $50 a month commitment. $1 per day will keep the financial burden away from your family. How's that sound? Done deal.
I'm done.
And I just gave you a little one of my quotes. But you
heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
At the end of the day, look, man, at the end of the day, we're happy. We love life, man. Elite is a great company. I'm pitching it to be great. Okay, and we're going to grow, and we're going to continue to grow. And, this agency is growing, man. People are taking notice of what we're doing. You notice what happened at the One Life conference. Everyone was around asking questions. Everyone wanted to talk to me. And I'm humbled by that, and I really thank all of you out there that have showed interest in working with me and my team. I tell you that, give us a shot if we're not working together, if we want to work together, in some capacity. And I'm talking to insurance companies and stuff like that. At the end of the day, we're happy with the relationships we have, man. God has blessed us, in abundance amount of ways, Eric. And I can tell you that we're going to continue to progress, man. And we're going to continue to pound the pavement, brother. We are so excited about the future.
I believe it 100% that it's going to come to fruition, just as you say, my friend, if not greater than what you just said. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from the Wolf of Wallstreet. From the Wolf of Wallstreet, throwing it down, man. This guy's an awesome person. I mean, if you get to meet him in person, he's a lot of fun to talk to. Like I said, genuineness is the most the most, I think, attractive thing for people to want to talk to one another and to want to work with one another is they just want to feel like, man, this guy isn't going to be a snake behind my back. This guy's, he is who he says he is because he wears it all on his sleeves. That's kind of how I feel I am. I wear everything out on my sleeves. So it's kind of like, who I am, even by watching my interviews, watching how I talk to people. I mean, this is me, I don't really try to hide much. So it's great to work with people like you, man.
Wait, before you cut out, man, I just want to send somebody a message. You don't have to work with us if you ever need some tips from me, man. If I one thing about me that I know I was blessed with, and I'll tell you, and I take more gratitude in this than anything in life, is the fact that I've helped so many people. And even if I don't have skin in the game and there's no monetary compensation from it, the fact that I can impact someone and change someone's life, to me, is more gratifying than putting dollars in my pocket. Okay, right. So I'm here to help people. I believe in the power of giving. I believe in the power of sharing, and one thing that we do here is do that, just that. So I want everyone to know you don't have to, work with me. Eric's my brother. He has direct access to me. If you guys need have any questions, or whatever, and I can help in any case. I'm not perfect, but I do what I can, and I can promise you that, what I gave you is going to be of value. Please contact Eric. I'm here to help, and I hope everyone just continues to grow and take something out of this interview to help you, propel you to the next level of your financial career in the insurance industry.
And just to drop one more thing too before we end this conversation is that Cesar is basically one of our life coaches in the private Medicare group that we have, the private Facebook group. And so anybody who is a member of the university, again, a lot of final expense people have come to the university to learn how to turn their face-to-face sales into telesales, and finding lots of success. And so just know that if there's additional questions you have, that Cesar has agreed to be one of our coaches in there to help answer questions whenever they're posted regarding final expense questions, especially when it's product-specific questions. So Cesar, thanks again for jumping on today and spending an hour with me. It's been an awesome thing to see you just so quickly exploding is the way you have. And I really appreciate your time today. I know you're busy, buddy.
I appreciate you too, man. I know you're busy as well. And then, like he said, I'm part of the university and, the life coaches. I'm here to help anyone. Believe me when I tell you that, I say that out of due respect. There's no commitments required. You don't have to sign with my agency for me to be able to help you. At the end of the day, we're here to provide value, okay? And I ask all of you to do your due diligence, make sure that you are in a good place, and make sure you guys are happy. In this business, relationships are important, and at the end of the day, we all value and we all need people that are transparent and that want to help us win. So with that being said, be elite, baby.
Be elite. Be elite.
Elite. Let's go. Let's go, brother. God bless you, man. Make some money. We'll talk later.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks, man. See you.
Peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out the podcast. If you want access to a special free trial offer to this proven system that gets agents writing business 100% over the phone, then send me a text, 480-573-7559. This is access to the whole package, the knowledge, the tools, the scripts, the ongoing training. It's all found here at MedicareSalesUniversity.net. Send me a text. See you on the other side.